ソニーとしても知られているザ・スーパービータン、マイケルとしても知られているザ・ミラクル。スーパービートソニック for the PlayStation Vita.
Hey guys, this is Anthony, and today I'm coming with the review of Superbeat XOniC. Not really sure how they want to say that name, so we're going to say Sonic for sake of the video. It's a indie rhythm game for the PlayStation Vita. So, if you have a Vita and you're looking for something to play that has a little bit of rhythm elements and you're tired of Persona, maybe this will be the game for you. We're here to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so gameplay-wise, this is a rhythm game with a lot going on. So just try to follow me. If you get confused, I am sorry. But I'm going to do my best to describe what goes on here. So the perspective is that of a circle. The notes come towards you and can hit in 4 different detection zones. So there are 4 normal notes that you just tap on. And then there are notes where you have to swipe up or down. There are notes you have to hold. And there are notes that you have to hold and then move along. If you have ever played Final Fantasy The Rhythm, then you are kind of familiar with how this plays, because that's the closest comparison I have to it. Now, my problem with this comes from the fact that the notes come toward you, and it comes so fast, it's just kind of awkward. You eventually can get used to it, but it's a little bit jarring for people who aren't used to this kind of perspective. On top of that, to have that perspective and then have so much going on, because these aren't just, regular songs. These are like hard-hitting EDM, dubsteppy, anime songs. So they're fast, they're electronic, and a lot of notes can happen as you go through more difficulties. Even the learning curve for beginners is kind of high, but if you are familiar with rhythm games, then it shouldn't be that difficult. I just wish the perspective wasn't such a jarring issue, because that is the one thing I personally feel holds this game back just a little bit. It's still an enjoyable experience, and if you have a PS TV though, I don't suggest you get this game. This is a difficult game to play on controller, which is why I may have had such a high learning curve, because that's what I did. I played on the PS TV, and yeah, it wasn't a very good experience. So I would suggest that if you play this game, you do so on the Vita, because the touchscreen, this is obviously a game built for the use of the touchscreen. So if you ever get an interest in playing this game, then yeah, don't do this on the PS TV. Don't do it. Take my advice. So next we have the audio-visual style. Visually, it's competent. There isn't a whole lot to look at besides the notes, and they're pretty distinguished. They're they're nice and flashy. It's not as if you can't really see anything. Some of the graphics for the songs where you see where you're supposed to pick them and it has a nice little graphic there, they're a little muddied and blurred out a bit for the most part. But it's not as if you can't see them, and they're well drawn, they're nice. I can't really say a lot visually, because it's not as if the game gave me a whole bunch to look at. But for what it did give me to look at, the still images, which I wish was more like an anime cutscene personally, they're nicely drawn, they're colorful, they give me what it's supposed to. And as far as the, looking at the game, the notes are clean. It's not, visually groundbreaking, but it's not ugly, which is great. What I'm more interested in, as far as this goes, as with any rhythm game, is the audio. Which means, does it have good songs? Yes. Yes, it does. And I say it has good music because I've played a ton of rhythm games. DDR and the groove included, all that stuff. And that's what it reminds me of musically. It reminds me a lot of DDR. It reminds me of In the Groove. If you've never heard of In the Groove, then after this video, just look up some songs or look up some Stepmania stuff. It reminds me a lot of those type of songs. You know, they're fast, they're hard hitting. You know, it's got a ton of bass. You just want to bob your head to it, and then it's got a couple slow songs that I didn't care for. You know, I know obligatory slow songs, but for the music it has right now, it's pretty good. I like it. And I hope you all do too, because I think this is a game that deserves a chance, if only to hear this nicely produced music. Alright, so conclusion time. TLDR. Is it a good game? Mostly. There are things about this game I really wish had changed, like the perspective, because for a game that asks you to do a whole lot of switching between holding notes, punching notes, moving along with the cursor, it asks you to do a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you just sit down and play this game, you'll see that it just feels like a lot. And that's mostly because of the perspective. In a lot of rhythm games, things are coming down or coming up or from the side. So when things are coming toward you, I personally feel like your reaction time is tested. And for a lot of people who want to just jump in and play the game, that's going to be a little, difficult. But it is a game that I do suggest that some people stick with if they love rhythm games, because this is not a bad game. It's, just got a pretty steep learning curve. The music is great. I love the music. Visually, it's not groundbreaking, but it isn't, ugly. So it's not going to be a system seller if you haven't already bought the system. So I'm talking to all you Vita owners out there who are looking for a nice rhythm game but don't like Persona because, it's getting tired. This is a pretty decent solution. And yeah, I think I'm going to give this game a solid B-, because I really think the perspective that they chose to play this game on really holds it back. If they had done more of a top-down, the notes drop or the notes come from the side, then this game could have been an A. This game could have definitely been an A. But that said, you guys give it a try. Let me know what you all think. And I will see you all later.